Alright, here we are for round 1. Yes, I would like to play first. We're gonna go ahead and mulligan. A lot of good cards. Not a lot of ways to cast those cards. This is a little bit more risky. We'll get a get to scry, so we'll keep this. Come on, hit something good. Sure, we'll keep that. My opponent is also on a mold 6, so unlucky for both of us. My Moreland Drifter is going to show up just in time to be cast. Couldn't ask for anything more. Alright, so I'm going to play against the blue player. The one blue player at the table. Uh-oh. My opponent is stuck on lands. That is unfortunate for them. I was kind of hoping for a real game of Magic here, but it looks like it was not in the cards. Let's see if my opponent hits some lands over the next couple turns. But if not, this double striking nonsense is going to win the game rather quickly. He's currently on a 3-turn clock here. So we'll give that guy double strike, and we will jam for 6. Land? No lands. Lands? See, like, how do I mean, I can assume that my opponent probably has some flying creatures, so do I bring in stuff that's relevant against flying creatures? I don't know. I don't think there's any compelling reason to show him Confront the Unknown. It doesn't speed up our clock at all, so... Because the next turn I can Rabid Bite something, and then give double strike. So I guess my opponent has 3 colors. Wow. It's very unlucky. I didn't even notice that they had discarded those. Alright, so we saw Uncaged Fury and Might Beyond Reason. So my opponent has some combat tricks that are more expensive than my combat tricks, which is not a terrible thing. And they are playing blue, but my guess is there may be blue-red, especially since we saw the Uncaged Fury. It leads me to believe that they might be the blue-red deck with Firehounds and the like. Both of those cards, Might Beyond Reason and Uncaged Fury, are good with Firehounds. So they might not have a ton of flyers. I think we'll just keep our deck like this for now, and then see what my opponent plays this game. I think it might be better to hedge our bets and play some aim high, but we're not gonna go too deep here. All right, this hand is infinitely keepable. Turn 2 Moreland Drifter, turn 3 Pious Evangel. Hopefully turn 4 Captain or Marshall, although there's no compelling reason to play Odric at this point. Just hold on to him. Alright, well, we're doing it. My opponent is doing it. Be infinitely happy if you crack your vessel here. Oh, just naturally have their colors. Sweet. Okay, sure. So, I may bind this thing just because it is quite annoying, and yeah, having it flip makes it difficult to attack past later. I could have also played the vessel and then cracked it and looked for my fourth land, but my opponent hasn't had a particularly fast start, so I could just put some pressure on here. Although the fact that he hasn't had a particularly fast start maybe makes it better to do this now, but that's fine, sure. You can have a hunter. I think I'll just go ahead and play the vessel or crack it. Go grab a plains. Go ahead and play it. Sadly, we don't have delirium, but that's fine. Arsonists, solid card. Sure. Okay. So I can play the Evangel and then the Topplgeist, gain some life. Tap down that thing. Or I could play the Chaplain. And then maybe do some double blocking on the Arsonist if he attacks with it. Seems really bad. Maybe just get my Evangel engine going, and then next turn I can play the Chaplain. Maybe block and trade for 2 things then, and then I can get some more guys and gain some more life. I think that's fine. I'm certainly not blocking with my Moorland Drifter next turn, so I can... Well, on the other hand... Yeah, I'm just going to take some damage next turn. So I'll tap down his Arsonists, and then probably attack with the Drifter. Oh, no, I went to my second main, because I'm silly like that. Yeah, I could have moved the Bound by Moonsilver over, but I probably would have, had to sack the Drifter or something, which is not exactly where I want to be. What did my opponent reveal here? Island, Scavenger, Wolves, Mountain. I'm going to guess he grabs the Wolves. Yeah. So I could just continue to take some punishment here, and if I play the Chaplain and then play the Marshal, then all my guys get flying and lifelink, but I might not be in a position where I can afford to take damage. I think what we'll do is we'll play the Chaplain. And some life. Go ahead and attack. And I think I'm going to move the Bound by Moonsilver over to the Ravagers. God, if he's got Dance with Devils, I'll be so sad. Or Forest. And of course here I just die to Uncaged Fury if I decide not to block. But now he can't play Uncaged Fury, so I'm happy. I'm totally happy with this. But next turn, getting to game 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus 9 because of the Evangel is going to be good for me. Land. Play us and Odric. Let's see what my opponent has to say about that. 5, 6, 7, 8. My opponent's going to 5. How do I die to an Uncaged Fury? I'll take 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So if I opt not to block, then yes, I do die to an Uncaged Fury. Flyway Courier is a fine card. And opponent's on 1 card in hand. And that is not going to be the card that is going to win my opponent the game. I don't think. I think maybe if I had been in their shoes I would have played this first and sacked this, discarded the Courier to see if I could draw into something relevant. But, you know, we make our choices, we live with the consequences. So that went very well for us, primarily because of Odric. Things would have gone south. Well, things were going very, very south quickly if we hadn't stuck Odric. So yeah, card is great. Glad we took it. Glad we've got some lifelinkers. Glad we've got some flyers. It all becomes relevant. And even the Evangel did some work there. It gained us, what, 4 life? Played this thing, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, gained 4 life off of that thing. Card is great.